Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Change of schedule. Yes, we are interrupting your normal programming because I was meant to do a preview this evening, but we're going to have to move that to tomorrow morning because big things have just gone down. So England preview will be its own video tomorrow morning. That will be video number 1, and then video number 2 will be the England review because we are playing Denmark tomorrow and we have to cover England. So make sure you guys are here for all of that. Normally tomorrow would have been a one video day, but it's going to be a double upload because of what's gone down tonight. We are solely focusing on what's gone down tonight. And if you haven't checked out video number 1 from earlier on today, where we did actually talk about the whole striker situation, then you can check it out right here. Make sure you hit that link if you haven't seen it already. Let's get cracking with what has actually gone down tonight. Well, we have just said goodbye to a player. And there's a bit of a caveat in all of this that could end up being very interesting. Let's get into it. Here's the latest. David Ornstein, exclusive. Aston Villa reach agreement with Chelsea to sign left-back Ian Maatsen. Fee for 22-year-old Dutch youth international just north of now expired Borussia Dortmund specific £35 million release clause. Personal terms in place on a 6-year contract. Can I just pause that real quick and just say, Dortmund, what were you guys thinking? Dortmund were meant to get this guy. And they were, what is it they offered? They offered like 23 million or something. It's a release clause. Trigger it. Too late. He's gone. Now you got nothing. I say nothing. They might actually end up with Guirassy, but we're going to get to all of that later. Hold that thought. Fabrizio saying more on Ian Maatsen. Aston Villa are confident to get it done, also on final details by the end of this week. There's already green light from Chelsea. Clubs are discussing the possibility to include one player in the deal, currently not guaranteed to be John Duran. Things just got interesting. Fabrizio's given us an update. So how much has he gone for exactly? Plus what's going on? Here it is. The agreement between Aston Villa and Chelsea for Ian Maatsen is for £37.5 million total fee. One player to be included in discussions to join Chelsea from Villa will be formally in separated deal. Final round of talk soon for personal terms, details, and then here we go. Make sure you get this here we go right, yeah, Fabrizio, because the last one didn't go so well. So, just saying. We have Nizar Kinsella, that's also confirmed. Maatsen deal agreed to Aston Villa fee is between 35 to 40 million pounds. He's actually got that basically bang on because it's 37 and a half. So, it's right split in the middle between those two numbers. So, that's the latest. Ian Maatsen is going to Aston Villa. Firstly, Aston Villa, please look after him. Good luck, enjoy, because Ian Maatsen is a good player, and I'm sure that he's going to love it there. Champions League football as well. He just played Champions League football with Borussia Dortmund. Now he's going to play it with Aston Villa. That's something that he can't unfortunately have with Chelsea right now. Not even Europa. We are in the tier below that we don't need to talk about too much. But when it comes to Ian Maatsen as the player, I think Aston Villa have got themselves a very good deal here. And I have to be honest, for a player that we knew was going, to actually have got 37.5 million, right? More than the 35 release clause, I have to say fair play, because I didn't think he'd be going anywhere other than Dortmund. I thought they would trigger it, to be honest. And then we heard the negotiate, and I thought maybe Chelsea might negotiate and just, accept something a little lower. They haven't, and they've gotten more. So for that, fair play, because the player was always going to leave. It does leave us in a predicament in terms of the left-back situation. Like, what are we doing? Apparently, Cucurella could actually go. Well, if that were the case, we need a left-back, and we need a bloody good one too, because Ben Chilwell and that's it isn't good enough. So we'll see what happens there. But that's because Ian Maatsen's leaving. We are in that situation. We don't want to keep hold on to him because pure profit. Same will go for the other pure profit players. They will all leave one by one. But That's Ian Maatsen going to Aston Villa. So who's coming from Aston Villa to Chelsea? That's the question. I just want to say off the bat, right? If Chelsea want to repent for all of their sins, all of their sins, every single bad thing they've done, you somehow go and get Ollie Watkins a part of this deal, you will be forgiven. It's very, 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 very unlikely, I understand, yeah? But if we are allowing this deal to happen, right, and we've given them Ian Maatsen, you'd think that we could somehow, as part of a deal, get a good player. Right now, what we really need from Aston Villa is either Ollie Watkins or Emi Martinez, one of the two. One of the two, yeah? But I would very much rather have Ollie Watkins, please, because that's a striker I know I don't need to worry about. Like, imagine, Ollie Watkins. That would be outrageous. That would be outrageous. How much would he cost, though? Now, this is the problem. When we have to talk logically, John Duran, it seems like there's hesitation now going on with John Duran. This is why earlier on I was saying, I don't think... What was his name? Omarodion. I don't think that's a smokescreen. Trying to say he's a smokescreen for Duran, I don't think so. You know, it genuinely... When I first saw the deal, Ian Maatsen, I was like, well, that's it. John Duran's done then. Surely, because it was meant to be 1 in, 1 out, right? So John Duran's on the way. Now we're hearing no. And it's not guaranteed, and it could be someone else completely. At the same time, we do know that Chelsea were looking at background checks behind the player and trying to get, the gist on what is he about as a person, because we know he's got a disciplinary record and he can be a bit of an issue and all of that. And well, maybe, that plus apparently his wage demands were quite high. I don't know how much, but the rumour was that his wage demands were quite high. I don't know. He's not in a position to ask for high wages, if I'm being completely honest. But anyway, if he's doing that, maybe that's a factor too. I'm curious to know why there is a rumour going that Fabrizio said, and we're hearing that Chelsea might be getting another player. Who is that other player going to be? If we go through the Aston Villa squad, they've actually got a decent squad. But if it's Ollie Watkins or even Emi Martinez, we are absolutely sorted in terms of this deal. That is a fantastic deal. For Maatsen to go that way, for us to get one of those two players, beautiful. Plus, on top of that, we actually get 37.5 million for Maatsen. Now, it would depend how much the fee for the player coming our way is going to cost. Ollie Watkins, and look, what's helping us right now is Aston Villa are in a PSR predicament. They do need to generate cash. This is why they are allowing Douglas Luiz to go to Juventus, which, by the way, that deal has stalled, it seems. I've read that the deal has stalled. And I think it's because of McKennie, but anyway, the deal it's hit a wall. It might still go through, but as of right now, it's blocked. So they're having to get rid of players like Douglas Luiz just to balance their books. And this is where normally I wouldn't entertain an Ollie Watkins or even an Emi Martinez. They wouldn't let go of their best players. But if they are in a PSR predicament, much like we're meant to be. But if they are in that situation, then maybe we can tempt them. Maybe we can snoop one of those two to Chelsea. Maybe it's a possibility, but for how much money? So right now, those two look like the most unlikely, but the ones that I hope somehow materialise. Apart from that, Douglas Luiz, I think, will still end up going to Juventus. I don't see that happening. Plus, the only way I see Douglas Luiz coming to Chelsea would be Gallagher leaves, we get pure profit for him, Santos goes back on loan, and then there might be a space for Douglas Luiz. That would make sense. But still, the midfield is not somewhere that we're screaming for. Same goes for John McGinn. I like John McGinn. I think he's a great midfielder. Personally, I think he's class. I think he's elegant. But same situation here. It depends on Gallagher, I think. And Santos' fate too, which apparently he's still got to be seen by Maresca. We'll wait and see. Moussa Diaby, I don't think so. Leon Bailey, no chance. He's a right winger. That's just not happening. I don't see it happening. Matty Cash, we don't need a right back. We're good. Morgan Rogers, Morgan Rogers is just as unproven as anyone else that we complain about. So no. no. Yeah, I know he's young and he might actually be the one. If it's not John Duran, it's probably going to be Morgan Rogers. He spent 0 games at Manchester City. He was sent on 3 loans by Man City and then he got sold to Middlesbrough. Like, no. Konsa could be a shout. The centre-back situation. Konsa could be a shout. If we are getting... Konsa could be the Chalobah replacement. Just saying. That could be realistic. That's a realistic one. If Tosin has come in now to replace Thiago Silva, Konsa could be the one to come in to replace Chalobah. It's a possibility. Apart from that, yeah, Tyrone Mings, not happening. Anyone else? No. Luca Dean, Jacob Ramsey, again, midfielder, no point. There's no one else. So, I don't know. Who's it going to be? Let me know down below. Who do you think it could genuinely be? Same case goes for Zaniolo, midfielder. That's just unrealistic. I go back to Moussa Diaby or anyone there. As a left winger, perhaps, but Moussa Diaby, no, he's not really a left-sided player. I don't think it would be. I don't think it would happen. Emi Martinez or Ollie Watkins, please. That's all I have to say. Chelsea, if you want to redeem yourselves here, you have the fattest opportunity to do so. Go and get one of those 2 players, and I'll say fair play. You've done a great piece of business. Let's see. Who do you want? And who do you think it's going to be? Like I've said, personally, I got a feeling if it's not John Duran, it might just be Morgan Rogers. I don't know. And also, Emi Buendia not happening to midfielder, so there's no point. Let me know who you think it might be. Much appreciated. And then we'll find out. I'm guessing tomorrow, day after, whatever happens, we'll find out. So, Maatsen's heading to Villa. And who's coming our way when it might not be John Duran? We'll see. Let me know below. Now, other news. Florian Plettenberg. Ciao Palhinha. FC Bayern and Fulham are moving towards each other. Negotiations are ongoing as always reported. However, there is not a total agreement yet. Details are Bayern currently offering 43 to 45 million euros all in. A verbal agreement is in place. Palhinha can sign a contract until 2028. More steps to go, but Bayern and Palhinha are still optimistic to get the deal done and sealed soon. This, you know what? That could actually be, I think, a very decent deal for Bayern Munich. I like Palhinha. And I think he's a good midfielder, man. I think for that fee would help Fulham a lot too, financially. So it makes sense, personally. I think that's a decent deal for Bayern Munich. I can't criticise that one. So that's the latest there. Also, in other news, Paris Saint-Germain have sent formal proposal to Lyon for Ryan Cherki today. 15 million euro package, add-ons included, as first called by Hugo Guillemets. OL Lyon rejected as they also want an important sell-on clause. PSG remain keen as Luis Enrique already called the player. This is actually surprising. Do you remember when we were talking about Cherki? Now he's probably leaving for 15 million euros. That's peanuts. Peanuts! You'd think we would have gone in for that. But Cherki, and not just Cherki, but look, Lyon as a whole kind of plummeted. They weren't playing well. They weren't getting good results. Stocks dropped. People were not interested anymore, basically. So I'm not surprised overall in terms of seeing players like him leave for that sort of fee. But it's a bargain. He's got talent, but is his personality right? Is he serious? Does he work hard? It didn't show at Lyon, not just him, everybody. It looked like everyone down tools. So we don't really know. What is the player about? That's the thing now. Not enough consistency. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts on that. In other news to end, Batshuayi has left Fenerbahce, and you won't believe to where. He's the ultimate snake. He's going to Galatasaray. So there's going to be a war over there when when he shows up to Fenerbahce's ground. I hope he's safe, because he might not get out alive for doing that. You go from Fenerbahce to Galatasaray, your life's in danger, mate. Simple as that. It's probably worse than going from Real Madrid to Barcelona, or Inter to AC, or I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated, and I will see all of you tomorrow for what will be the England-Denmark preview. First thing in the morning, that will be released for you guys, so make sure you're there. And the review after it's all said and done, and hopefully England have picked up 3 points, and in a decent manner, please. Thank you very much. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell on to get notified once I've uploaded. Socials on screen and in the description. I'll see you tomorrow. In a bit, people. Take care and peace.